Sarah. Sure. Okay, good.
So why should people see this
In the background.
Because that's why we made it. You know, it's something where you're the sound, the picture, from top to bottom, start to finish. You know, it just has that. It has a whole different experience seeing it on the big screen. This is a big, epic adventure film. That's what this film is, and it's filled with practical action. You're going to see things that have really never been shot before, ever, and we've had to create a lot of knowledge in making these films. You're going to see an amazing cast. These characters, I love the characters, I love what they all created, and I just hope you go in a packed theater with your friends and family and just have a wonderful time. So that's why we made it. I make my movies for audiences and for the big screen. Thank you. You know, I don't have a real favorite. They're each one has its own challenges, and we have to build the whole structure of the way we shoot things around it. And a lot of these things, obviously the cliff jump is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and that was very technical. It's very dangerous. It's very extreme, which I enjoyed. And the speed flying at the end, there's a lot of moments that are wonderful. Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, guys.
Why should people watch this on the big screen?
Because it's pure cinematic experience, from the sound to the visual spectacle of it all. It's visceral, and so to have no distractions, so you can get totally immersed in the pure escapism and entertainment that it is that it doesn't compare.
And what stunt has stuck with you the most since filming?
Well, what stuck with me the most is all the drifting that I did. It makes me now kind of quite an erratic driver. I can tell friends and family get in the car with me and they're like, can you just be a bit calmer? Because it becomes so adrenalizing, learning how to drift and then being handcuffed to Tom Cruise in the passenger seat, going, his life is in my hands, I better get this right, I've got this one chance. And so you want to do a good job. And so to develop that skill over a 5-month period so you're competent enough to be drifting on location with him, it stays in you. Like that's something, a skill that hopefully I'll never need, but I have should I stumble into a very dangerous situation, I have to get myself out of.
And how did you find the stunt training experience?
It was transformative. I worked with Wade Eastwood and Sam Eastwood and their extraordinary stunt team, world-class athletes, from mixed martial arts experts to race car drivers, learning how to work with guns and with knives, unarmed combat, stunt fight choreography, and sleight of hand tricks as well. And all of that helped to start to inform the physicality of Grace and started to form her behaviors and her gestures. And I found if I was given a prop, I was able to learn a sequence faster than if it was just my arm swinging punches. And it was I think something I'd learned from theatre, that actually props are really useful to use. And so, of course, out of that, Grace became someone who picks pockets and puts pockets. So it becomes, it was integral to the whole experience.
Why should people go and see the film on the big screen?
Because if you don't, it will present an existential threat to cinema. I think, in all seriousness, I feel like this is the epitome of a summer movie. This is a kind of a cinematic event. You want to be able to share your reaction to this movie with a load of people around you that you maybe don't know. It's such a nice feeling to be in a room full of strangers and share an experience. And this film is just one of those films that kind of brings out everyone's emotion and fear and sort of nail-biting terror, because it's a little tense, shall we say.
How would you describe the experience of making the film in 3 words?
Challenging, fulfilling, and ultimately, that's just teeing up the last word, brilliant.
From past mission movies, which Veggie gadget would you choose to use in your daily life?
I kind of loved the corridor gizmo we used in Ghost Protocol. when you made it look like there was a big screen and it made it look like the corridor was empty, but really we were sneaking down the corridor. That was pretty cool. That would have been good for kind of sneaking downstairs at night and get a snack without my wife seeing. Well, I've known Tom for 17 years now, you know, and I've kind of I've got to know him, and we've become friends, and you know, it's amazing to be around him. He's just an incredibly sort of inspiring, hardworking, passionate person who just really cares about his job. He cares about cinema. He believes in it wholeheartedly, that it should survive, you know, and you can't help but get caught up in that when you're in his presence, you know. And it's also nice to, you know, I see what everyone sees of Tom, and I see what everyone thinks Tom is, or thinks who Tom is. But you get through all that, and in the middle of it, there's a guy, and he's just a guy, you know. I mean, a pretty amazing guy, but he's a guy.
How do you think Benji's evolved over the years?
He's definitely grown as an agent and as a person. He's more experienced now. He's more mature. He's a kind of senior member of the team now. He's been through a few things, you know. I think that they've rattled him a little bit, but he's still there. You know, he's devoted to the IMF, and he'll keep fighting for the greater good, as they say.
Sorry, where was I looking? Did I look at you? Thank you.
Why should people see this film?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know why. No, because it's a Mission Impossible movie. You know, and people say that, and I think, I want to go, and I shouldn't say this, and you're Paramount, I want to go, but you know what Mission Impossible is. This is Mission Impossible on sugar crack. It is the biggest, the best, the most explosive movie. So, you know why. Maybe I shouldn't say that. What do you think? I just kind of feel a bit cocky, and I go, you know exactly why.
I love it. What can audiences expect from this film?
I mean, as I said, I think I said it before, my best ever, as McQuarrie said, the best little review he got was, I bought a seat and I used half. And I think that's the perfect review. That's what they can expect. Actually, they'll probably be off the chair. They'll just be on the floor.
And how has the relationship between Ilsa and Ethan changed since the relationship?
Ooh. I love the fact that McHugh and Tom, they do not shy away from character and from darkness. There was a lot of conversations about characters that I think they changed in some of the edits, etc., because it didn't really work for the storyline. But I know that they went in different directions for all of the emotional situations for the characters, Simon, myself, and Ving, etc. And it makes it much more interesting. And the relationship between Ilsa and with Ethan, they're substantially more tight, compatible, supportive, lovable, friendly. They're like siblings.
You've got to get the meet and greet, so don't be on me.
What was it like to be back on set with Simon, Tom, Ving?
I mean, I just wait for the call when they go, are you ready? Because we're ready. We're going to send you a gym, a trainer, food in a box, and we'll need you for 200 years.
Finally, describe the experience of making this film in 3 words.
Daunting, exhausting, addictive.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Why should people see this on the big screen?
Because every Tom Cruise movie is an event, and this is probably the biggest event movie he's ever done. And so it should be seen on the biggest screen you can find.
Yes, I know. I have sisters.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The greatest thrill for me. I was a fan, not only of the TV series, but I was a fan, obviously, of the franchise. So for me, it's a dream come true.
Yeah, maybe for the next Mission Impossible.
The experience of making this film in 3
But
words.
they're going to make it again.
Oh my God.
It's going to make
Oh my God. That's it. It's just the most exciting, biggest action movie ever made, I think. People say I'm biased because I'm in it, but I mean, you know, it's insane. It's amazing. Yeah.
What can you tell us about Dead Reckoning?
He was a really delicious, fun character to play. You know, when I spoke to McHugh at the very beginning and we discussed him, you know, we discussed the various layers and how nuanced and fun it would be. And so for me, I told him, you know, we're going to have a great time doing this guy. This is somebody who's right in my wheelhouse, you know? Yeah.
Enjoy tonight. Thank you. Fabulous.
Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you, guys.
Firstly, why should we just see this on the big screen?
Oh, I think Tom is the kind of he's the icon of cinema, the cinematic experience, and I think he literally makes movies to be watched as a communal experience all together on a huge screen, because you know what he does is so epic. So if you don't see it on an epic screen, I think you're missing the opportunity of literally feeling like you're falling off that train, or you're, you know, flying through the air on a motorbike. And I mean, only one man on earth could do that, I think. So I really think it deserves that.
And what was it like to return to the Mission franchise?
It was, I mean, it's like we're coming home to family. I've done it once before in a series called The Crown, and it was so nice to come back when you know the character and you love the character and you know the people and they're like family, and you get to return with the same group, and it's just, it's special. And then I've got this sisterhood with Tom and Hayley and Rebecca, who are like sisters now, and we got to come together in the middle of COVID when no one else was shooting, and it was this little miracle of being able to be back on set and with these amazing women. It was awesome.
And how would you describe making
Sorry, I thought that might be my dad or something. How would I describe making it?
Yes.
Special, homely, and so inspiring.
Amazing. And finally, what was it like to work with Tom again?
Oh, I mean, he's, you know, it was kind of one of my first big film jobs ever, and I just shot the first season of The Crown and then got this job and came over to this huge scale set, and I was daunted to begin with, but Tom really made me see that it's just the same about character and the heart and soul and the psychology of a performance. So it felt almost, you know, I was very at home very quickly because of them. So it changed my life, this movie, and I'm really so proud to be back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right, we'll do some signing.
People should go see Dead Reckoning 1 and 2 on the big screen because it's different. It's an immersive experience. It's like literally a ride, an extrasensory, super sensory experience that a small screen or a private screen cannot compare with. Also, you're in a hall, in a sense, in a dark room and in a cavernous place with a bunch of people you may or may not know, but you have a shared experience. It's interesting to see what other people react to, and it kind of brings us all together as human beings. There's a silent language or a connection between all of us where we care about similar things at the same time, and that's really, how should I say, emphasized when you go to a movie theater. We want to keep it alive as well. If you want to keep seeing movies on a big screen with people of all walks of life coming together, go to the movies, shell out, buy some popcorn. Go to the movies, shell out, buy some popcorn, or just enjoy the ride. There's something there for you to think. If you want to look for it, this movie has details that you can sift through and try to figure out deeper meanings. But if you just want entertainment and escapism, you can't get a better ride. Well, you know, playing the bad guy is quite a challenge because you don't want the audience to be sick of you too soon. You want them to really engage with you, but also to feel the threat, to feel the menace, to feel that our hero, who you're supposed to care about, has a massive challenge ahead of him. The bigger the challenge, the greater the satisfaction. So that's my job, to bring it as bad and as furiously as I possibly can, and maybe even vanquish our hero. Who knows? You have to watch to find out.
Why should people watch this on the big screen?
This movie is the best Mission Impossible movie of all the franchise. This movie is incredible. The action is mind-blowing. The dialogue is amazing. The characters are unique. The locations, it's beautiful. We shot in Rome, in Venice, in Abu Dhabi, in the UK. It needs to be seen on the big screen for the image and also for the sound. The music, come on, can you hear it? It just gives me goosebumps.
And what can audiences expect from this new installment?
Sorry?
What can audiences expect from this new installment of the film?
They can expect to be blown away. That I would say yes.
And what was it like to fight opposite Tom Cruise?
Oh, it was a dream come true. Right before I came here, I said a dream come true. I was like, oh, no, but actually yes, it works too. No, it was amazing. It was so much fun, and we rehearsed for months and months. I learned so much. The scene was very technical to shoot because of how narrow it was, and but the whole crew was amazing, and we pulled it off.
And how did you find that stuff work preparation?
Oh, I love doing that. I love training. We did. We wanted to find the fight style of the character, so I trained in a lot of different things: kicking, punching, sword training. At some point with a big stick, and I ended up using a pole. Some sprints, interval training, running uphill, endurance. You have to make sure. Oh, Pilates too, strength training. So many things. Also eating healthy. And you have to make sure that you're prepared to do it, to do the scene several times in a row, several days in a row. So you have to be ready to be explosive too, So we did that, all of that. Very long answer.
And finally, describe the experience of making this film in 3 words.
Woo! Exciting, intense, and beautiful.
I think it's something to do with sort of things being upside down, back to front.
It is a
I would
epic
rather be
adventure
drifting the
filled
streets
with
of Rome with
practical
Tom Cruise
action,
handcuffed to
vividly
me in the
drawn
passenger
characters.
seat,
You
or
absolutely
climbing up a
must
moving
see it on a big
train,
screen.
or
Have
falling
shared
backwards off
experience
it if
with
it's
the
moving,
biggest audience
and
possible.
then do my own hair.
And can you describe the experience of making this film in just 3 words?
Well, I'm not the only one. He's so generous like that, and the whole experience.
Beyond
is
anything
very
else.
much a family affair. We have friends and family, and even like my dogs were, welcome on that set. And it creates such a nice, wholesome atmosphere to work with.
It's always just about applying everything we learned from the
It said
previous
she
films
liked
and
that, and I
putting
was
them into the
thinking-
film we're working on, and not just the previous Mission
she
Impossibles,
won't,
but
but
Top
I
Gun
know that
Maverick,
if
Edge
if
of
I got
Tomorrow,
her in
all the
front of
movies that
him,
we've worked on,
she
both
would give it a
together
go.
and separately.
And so I didn't tell her.
And we're always learning.
So
We
on the
don't take
day,
anything for granted, especially not the audience or the audience's attention.
And then he
We're
comes
just
around
here
the
to
corner
entertain
and
an
says,
audience,
"Would you
and we
like
know
a
they're
helicopter
hungry.
ride?" And I was just
Oh,
fantastic! Sounds great. She just left her walking stick. climbed out to
It
have
always
a
does. It's always different, and it's always the same. And ultimately, there's no ego, there's no pride of authorship. One person suggests an idea, and we both just go charging after it. One of two things happens.
No, but there was a very
You either
funny
make a
moment
discovery
where,
and you discover something about yourself, or the person whose idea
there
was says this
something
was a
that
terrible
was quite
idea.
serious at the time.
Sorry, thanks for trying.
Had an argument. And I was like,
Thank you
I
so
saw
much.
the picture and I was laughing, and I showed Tom,
Thank
and I
you.
was like, do you remember that?